you should run 2-piece Bloodstained if you really want to do more damage.
Yeah, just did some variations and turns out you can also...
Well, I killed Chalk with only losing levels.
If you dance video game
I will have order!
Well, hello there guys, we have something to talk about apparently. I have got a few people telling me that the Bolide set is not the optimal set for increased auto attack strength, but I should use a two-piece Gladiator set and a 2-piece Bloodstained set. This time I brought my math to prove you wrong. As a basis of those stats, we will be using my Zhongli as if nothing changes but the set, meaning we will get the additional 18% attack and we will get the additional 25% physical damage and nothing else. Of course, we also have to subtract in that case the times 1.4 damage at the end. Now, the very important main argument that was made is that the Crescent Pike trigger does not trigger with the 1 times 1.4, but triggers indeed with the additional physical damage, which is absolutely correct. So, with that being talked about, let's look at the numbers for the first auto attack. Now, as you might see in here, we have added the additional physical damage. I will make it gray. Here, that is the effect that the Bloodstained will have. It will multiply all of those numbers a little bit higher than it does with the Bolide set. And of course, we have the attack stat higher, as if we get 18% additional attack damage on this level 88 Zhongli with a Crescent Pike equipped, because of course that's the base stats we will get for this example. Also, we'll be using my Zhongli in regards of the talents, meaning we have a level 7 auto attack, which is 48.7% in this case. What you also see is obviously the HP damage that goes into an auto attack from Dominance of Earth, which will also be multiplied by both the physical damage and the Bolide set when the shield is up. With all of that being said, we come to a really huge difference. Now, okay, I'm overselling it. Let's be real. We come to quite a difference. This will end up being 3,210. Okay? And the other set will be 2,764. And that is quite something if you ask me. That's about 450 damage. That we do more with the normal auto attack. We will leave out damage negation, we will leave out the shield, we will leave out crit damage, because the stats are the same in both cases. They would just multiply more. Multiply more, by the way, means the bigger stat will increase, because if 3,210 crits for 150%, it increases obviously more than this. So the gap widens even more. Now, however, we want to add in the Crescent Pike damage with once the increased physical damage and once not the increased physical damage. So I have the numbers here, including of course also the Gladiator set with the attack damage. So everything should be clear right here. I hope you guys can see that everything is considered. Now this will end up in those numbers. With the Bolide set, we will have 1,328 per Crescent Pike hit or tick, and we will have 1,643 with the additional damage of Bloodstained or a Gladiators. That's one thing to keep in mind though, just for like argument's sake, so we can like really see the optimal value of this. I assumed I have a refined 5 Crescent Pike, which I don't have. I have only refined 3, so the difference would be a little bit smaller. However, if we add in those numbers, we will still see that the Bolide set does more damage, even with the Crescent Pike hit on max refinement, okay? Keep that in mind. We're still ahead with about 130 damage per auto attack. Of course, we have more than just one auto attack. That is very true. The more the percentage goes up here in those of the attack damage, the more we know that the Bolide set wins. Okay, that we know. But there is this one, the 5th hit, which does 4 times the damage. Now, let's check this out. In this case, we actually end up with 170 lead or 160 lead of the Bloodstained set. So in the case, basically it's pretty much the same. We get 6 times Bolide winning, 1 time Bloodstained winning with about the same damage. By the way, really quickly, if we want to talk about Planet Befall, which is in my opinion pretty irrelevant because we're not building for it, because the damage will be rather insignificant. Yes, with the Gladiator set we deal about 2000 more damage with Planet Befall than we would do with the Bolide set, but 2000 damage every now and then with a Planet Befall really doesn't make much of a difference. If you play main DPS Zhongli, you know he doesn't create that much of a ridiculous energy. It's more, for me, it's more about the petrification, but definitely keep that in mind. This does a little bit more damage. Alright, that being said, let's go back. So, max refinement of the Crescent Pike still loses out a small little bit to the Bolide. But we're talking max refinement, of course. In my case, I have a refinement rank 3. I would not recommend you for now to refine something to refinement rank 5, because we never know what comes into the future. They were just teasing that they might bring out 5-star equipment, and I'm just gonna say I somehow expect something like this, that we will need an amount of those here to create a 5-star material. So save them up for now, by the way. That's just completely random right now, but I just want to tell you, do not put everything into refinement. If I could get the 2 Crescent Pikes out at this point of might, I would do it and would just keep those for possible 5 stars in the future, because there will definitely something coming in 1.4 that has been leaked. But that aside, even then, as I showed you, Crescent 5 doesn't do that much of a difference in the case of Zhongli with the Bolide set. And who else would you use Crescent Pike on right now? Zhongli main DPS? Come on. If you're doing Zhongli main DPS because you like that character so much, hey, go for it, but really keep those resources close to your chest. During all of that, though, what we just talked about, we completely ignored that Zhongli's shield will be 35% stronger, which is also tightly knit towards his damage. If the shield is gone, you lose the 20% resistance reduction, which will be way more important than any of those minor numbers we just talked about, okay? That's really something important to keep in mind. If the shield's not up, your damage will sink. So, very important thing to keep in mind. You have to recast it more often. Even recasting the shield actually might reduce your damage output. But that we ignored that, and I would say we can come to a conclusion that the Bolide is auto attack wise slightly better than the other one, especially with lower Crescent Pikes. Crescent Pikes does outshine Zhongli auto attacks in the 5th auto attack only, but aside of that, Bolide will prevail by quite a little bit. And with Bolide and a 35% extra shield, that shield is up there. That shield is there to stay, and if that shield isn't there, then Zhongli will do significantly less DPS anyway, because the enemies will have physical resistance left to counter your attacks with. If I have done, okay, that's really important though. Always, if you think, I have said something wrong, please let me know in the comments. I am not beyond criticism. I am just a human being. I might mess something up. I might forget something. totally fine, happens to everyone, then please let me know, and I will do a follow-up video correcting myself. So make sure to call me out if there's something to be called out for, and I will correct myself in a follow-up video, because I have to say, in the Genshin Impact world, I feel like a lot of the people follow kind of blindly. They just they despise math, or like they just don't want to like learn it themselves, and they just go to their favorite YouTuber. And sometimes we YouTubers tend to be lazy and we don't really look at it, or maybe we just lack a piece of knowledge that we have just never came across. Yeah, everything's possible. So keep telling us if we do something wrong, but don't be a dick about it. I'd say that's like, well, at the end of the day, we're playing a casual PvE game here, so let's stay civil and enjoy the game together, I would say. If you would like to have more math content, definitely let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I like to do it. I like to get into the meat of the game and check out what's really going on behind the scenes, behind the flashy animations. So I would love to do more, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will keep doing some Genshin Impact content. I also stream live stream. Make sure to stop by and say hi, and I see you there or in the next video. Goodbye.